Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python series. Today we're moving into an essential concept in programming, that is loops. Loops allow us to run the same code multiple times, which is crucial for handling repetitive tasks without writing endless lines of code. In this video, we'll cover why loops are so important, how to use for and while loops in Python, and finally we'll look at break and continue statements, which let us control our loops in more precise ways. By the end, you'll be ready to write loops that make your code more efficient and elegant. Let's dive in. First, let's start by understanding why we need loops in programming. Imagine you want to print numbers from 1 to 10. You could write type print 1, then print 2 and print 3. But this is inefficient. And if we wanted to print up to 100 or 1000, it would be overwhelming. Loops solve this problem by allowing us to repeat code until a certain condition is met, making our code cleaner and more powerful. Example, let's use a simple loop to print numbers 1 through 5 in Python. For number in range 1, 6, then print number. Here we only needed 2 lines to print numbers from 1 to 5. The loop handles the repetition so we don't have to write print each time. This is the power of loops, they let us repeat actions with minimal code. Let's dive deeper into the for loop. A for loop is ideal for iterating over a known sequence of items like a list or a string. The syntax looks like this. For item in sequence colon hashtag code to execute each time. The loop takes each item in the sequence and runs the code for each item one by one. Example with a list. Suppose we have a list of fruits and want to print each one. Fruits equal to apple, banana, cherry. For fruit in fruits, then print fruit. This loop will print each fruit one by one. Here, fruit is the variable that represents each item in the fruits list. As the loop runs, it takes on each value in the list. Example with a string. For loops also work with strings. Since a string is a sequence of characters, we can iterate over each character. Name equal to Python. For letter in name, print letter. This loop prints each letter of the word Python on a new line. Use for loops when you know how many times you need to repeat an action, like looping over items in a list or characters in a string. Next, let's talk about while loops. A while loop repeats code as long as a specified condition is true. Unlike a for loop, a while loop doesn't need a defined sequence. Instead, it relies on a condition that eventually becomes false to end the loop. The syntax is straightforward. While condition hashtag code to execute while the condition is true. Let's use a simple example. We'll start with a counter set to 1 and we'll print the counter value as long as it's less than or equal to 5. Counter equal to 1 while counter less than equal to 5, print counter, counter plus equal to 1. Here we initialize counter to 1 and with each loop iteration it increases by 1. The loop stops when counter reaches 6 because the condition counter less than equal to 5 becomes false. Infinite loops, a quick warning: if a condition in a while loop never becomes false, the loop will run forever. This is called an infinite loop. For example, if we forget to increment counter, counter equal to 1, while counter is less than or equal to 5, then print counter. To avoid infinite loops, always ensure your condition eventually becomes false. Use while loops when you want the loop to continue until a condition is met. Unlike for loops, you don't need to know the exact number of repetitions ahead of time. Now, let's explore ways to control loops more precisely using break and continue statements. These keywords allow us to interrupt or skip parts of the loop. Break statement. The break statement exits the loop immediately, even if the loop's condition hasn't finished. This is useful when you want to stop a loop based on a specific condition. Example with break. Suppose we want to print numbers from 1 to 5 but stop if the number is 3. For number in range 1, 6, if number equal to 3, break print number. This loop will print 1 and 2, then stop when it reaches 3, skipping any numbers afterward. Continue statement. The continue statement is different. Instead of stopping the loop, it skips the current iteration and moves to the next one. This is useful when you want to avoid certain values but continue looping. Example with continue. Let's say we want to print numbers 1 to 5 but we want to skip 3. For number in range 1, 6. If number equal to 3, continue print number. This loop will print 1, 2, 4 and 5 but skip 3. Use break when you need to stop the loop completely and use continue when you just want to skip to the next iteration without stopping the loop. Let's put everything together with a complete example. Suppose we are building a program to display all the numbers from 1 to 10 but with these rules. If the number is 5, we stop the loop entirely. If the number is even, we skip it and continue with the next number. For number in range 1, 11. If number equal to 5, break. If number modulus 2 equal to 0, continue print number. Explanation. We start a for loop that goes through numbers 1 to 10. The first if statement checks if the number is 5. If it is, the loop ends. The second if checks if the number is even using number modulus 2 equal to 0. If the number is even, it skips the current loop iteration with continue. This code will print 1, 3 and stop at 5, showing how break and continue work together with loops. To wrap up today's video, here's a quick summary. For loops, let us iterate over sequences, making them ideal for lists and strings. While loops repeat code based on a condition and they're flexible when you don't know exact number of iterations. Break and continue statements allow us to control loop execution more precisely by stopping or skipping iterations. Loops are invaluable tools in programming, making your code more efficient and flexible. Try creating your own loops using the examples we covered and experiment with different break and continue statements. In the next video, we'll explore functions which allow us to create reusable blocks of code to simplify our programs. Thanks for watching and see you in the next lesson.